Body language. Life's an everyday adventure. That's my philosophy. My parents and I love hosting visitors. For as long as I can remember, we've had family, old friends, and new friends come to visit. While we've had many interesting guests, we've never had a visitor who didn't speak English. Until now. Today, my mother's best friend Carolina and her son Max were coming over. They are from Brazil, and Max only speaks Portuguese. My mother and I cleaned and organized the house so it would be ready for them when they arrived. Once we were done cleaning, we went to my father's thinking room to look at the globe. My toes were buzzing in my moccasins as we spun the globe and found Brazil. My mother knew a lot about Brazil because Carolina, her best friend when she was growing up, is from there. Carolina moved back to Brazil when Max was born. This is Max's first trip to another country, and my first time meeting either of them. One of my favorite things about Brazil, Sweet Pea, is that the world's largest rainforest is there. It is called the Amazon. The rainforest is so big that it is part of not only Brazil, but 7 neighboring countries as well, my mother said with some excitement in her voice. I asked her to tell me more about the rainforest. I guessed it was a big forest and it rained a lot, but what was so great about that? My mother began to tell me all sorts of cool stuff. Almost half of all of the species of plants, animals, and insects on the planet are found in the Amazon. And for every 3 birds you see in the world, 1 lives in the Amazon. It is a bird wonderland. Brazil is also really cool because it has lots of great beaches and lots of different kinds of people living there. The more my mother talked about Brazil, the more I wanted to visit Max's home rather than Max visiting me, and the more questions I had for him. But then I remembered that he wouldn't be able to understand me. While we continued to chat about Brazil, we headed for the kitchen to make a snack for our visitors. My mother decided to make brigadeiro because it was Carolina's favorite, and she hoped Max would like them too. We gathered all of the ingredients: butter, condensed milk, and powdered chocolate. We put it all in a pot and heated it and stirred it until it was very gooey. Then we let it cool down as we talked more about some words that might be helpful. My mother told me that oi is hi in Portuguese. She also told me that in southern Brazil, where Carolina and Max are from, the word for snack is lanche. Lanche sounds funny to me because it sounds like lunch, not snack. While we checked the gooey chocolate snack, my mother taught me the word brincar. I can use that if I want to play a game with him. I began to think of some fun games as we rolled the chocolate into delicious little balls and covered them with sprinkles. Yum! As we were cleaning up, the doorbell rang. Our visitors had arrived. Carolina and Max were at the front door with big smiles. I extended my hand to Max and said, "Oi, my name is Molly." Everyone laughed as Max and I shook hands. My mother and Carolina were very busy hugging, laughing, and catching up. Max and I just looked at each other. Then I had an idea. I didn't know how to ask him to follow me, so I just grabbed his hand and led him to the kitchen. I showed Max the brigadeiros we had made and offered him one. Then I ate one. Then he pointed at them and smiled, so I nodded, and he had another. By the time Carolina and my mother arrived, we had eaten almost all of them. The chocolate evidence was all over our faces. Max and I laughed as we realized we had eaten too many. My mother and Carolina laughed too. Then my mother asked me if I would invite Max to play outside while she and Carolina chatted. I tried to remember, but couldn't, The word my mother told me meant to play in Portuguese. So, once again, I took his hand and led him outside. As we stepped outside, the dog went zipping by. Then she did it again. She was chasing something. Finally, Max spotted it. "Coelho!" Max shouted. I looked, and it was a bunny hopping away from the dog. I smiled, pointed, and said, "Bunny!" When I turned around, Max was gone. I called his name 2 or 3 times as I walked around the backyard looking for him.
"Boo!"
Max said as he jumped from behind a tree. I shouted, "Ah!" We both laughed so hard we fell to the ground. Max and I played hide and seek for the rest of the afternoon. We had the best time together, even though we didn't speak the same language. Until today, I had never noticed how much we use our bodies when we speak. Now I know that even people who don't speak the same language can communicate. Body language is cool. You don't always need words to communicate. Body language is all we needed to have a fun-filled afternoon. Molly Moccasins, everyday adventurer.